This is my 2023 Hyundai Elantra SEL. Has a 2.0 engine in it. That's liters. Needs an oil change. Figured why not film it? Maybe I can help somebody else out. Okay, this is what you need. 0W20 full synthetic. This is what I use. It's about $25 for 5 quarts at Walmart. Not too bad. And this is your oil filter. It is a cartridge style oil filter. I bought this one at AutoZone. It's about $10. That's the part number there. All right, I got her up on the lift. This is what it looks like underneath. There is no plastic shield to take down on these. Maybe on the higher end models, but this particular model doesn't have one of those shields. This right here is your oil filter housing. That's where the oil filter is going to be. And that right there is your drain plug. Right there. Well, let's get to it. All right, I think I got all the tools we need. The drain plug is a 17 millimeter. And for this cup right here, you're gonna need a 27 millimeter socket to go on there to get that off. Now let's get the oil drained. See how much of a mess I make. Ah, not too bad. And she's just about done. All right, that is what your drain plug looks like. Your drain plug has a washer on it. And the new oil filter package comes a new washer. It's right there. And that's the one we're gonna use. I'm gonna take that one off, put this one back on, and then throw the drain plug back in. Looks like she's all drained. Always best to warm the engine up or drive it for a little bit before you change the oil. Thins the oil out a little bit, makes it easier coming out, and you get more of it out. So we're gonna get the right socket and then tighten that back up. You don't have to go too tight on it. Just give it a good snug. You'll feel that metal gasket washer compress. But you don't want to go too much and strip it out. So then we can move on to the filter. All right. I notice more and more cars using these cartridge filters. I can't say if one is better than the other. I know they're more expensive. I definitely know that much. I'm gonna get that loosened up. Make a mess everywhere. That's what she looks like. Okay, this is the filter housing where the filter sits into. I don't know if you can see that very clearly right there. I move over here for some better light. Right there is a gasket. It has a little notch on it. The notch goes towards the top, obviously. That way you can pull her out. And then your oil filter kit, it comes with a new gasket. Right there. Make sure your notch is up. And put her right back in. And you're ready to put your oil filter in. Basically just send her home. Right there, now it's ready to reinstall. Just screw it back in just like you would a normal oil filter. Get your ratchet or wrench, whatever you prefer. This one you pretty much tighten down until it stops. Don't push it any more than that, it'll crack the plastic. And there, she's all back in. Drain plug's back in. Friends of mine, people I work with all the time, ask me why I changed my own oil. Because technically with the 2023, you get 3 years of free maintenance in the United States. Problem is with that, the nearest Hyundai dealer is over 50 miles away from me. So I figured by the time I waste my time, waste the fuel to get there, to get back, even if I can get an appointment, it's just easier for me to spend the 30 bucks and do it myself. It doesn't take that long. Now something else I do every time I do an oil change, now granted I have access to a lift, which is convenient, but it's still not that bad to have to do it on the ground, is rotate your tires. They recommend rotating your tires every second oil change. So if they recommend it every second oil change, to me, it's better just to do it every oil change. Get the most out of those tires. They're expensive. All right, we got her back down on the ground. We got everything buttoned up underneath. We got the tires rotated. This thing right here, this is where your oil goes. Now these engines hold 4.5 quarts. So you got to be careful because there's 5 quarts in the jug. So you just got to make sure you don't overfill it. Honestly, I don't think it's the end of the world if you do, but it says 4.5 quarts, so I'm not going to tell you to put more in. Just you fill it up, listen for any oil possibly coming out the other side. Just kidding. 4.5 quarts installed. Now I got half a quart. I guess I'll keep it around in case this car ever decides to burn oil, which it's got about 10,000 miles on it now. Doesn't burn any yet, but you never know. Okay, now the oil change is done, the next thing you have to do is start it up, let it run for a little bit, check for leaks, make sure the oil pressure light goes out on the dashboard, and then do your service intervals. So what you're going to do is you're going to press this little button here. It looks like a piece of paper or something like that. Well, you're going to hit it twice. And then you're going to scroll down to service intervals. Press OK. Scroll down to reset. Reset time and distance. Yes. And then you're all set. I have mine set at 5,000 miles. But if you come up here to adjust intervals, you can adjust it to whatever you want. Now, Hyundai, believe it or not, recommends 8,000 miles. I would never let one of my cars go 8,000 miles without an oil change. 5,000 is more than enough. Hope you learned something from the video. Like it if you did. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.